What's going on, everybody? I'm really happy to bring you another game review. This one is for a Super Nintendo game released in 1996 called Front Mission Gun Hazard. It's really one of my favorite games of Super Nintendo, and I would say overall it's probably top 20 maybe in my favorite games. I'm saying this because the graphics were really amazing. I mean, the artwork that you can see, I really like the level design, but also all of the little details that make up those levels. On top of that, there are cinematic effects and there's music, the story. Everything seems to fit together to provide a very futuristic and important narrative, meaning your actions feel involved in saving the world and have great consequences. This also fits into the Front Mission series, so there are other games in that series. Here you pilot a Wanzer, which is some form of mecha armor that you can pilot, and also you can get your pilot to come out of the armor. You can use that to access inside of certain difficult to access areas, very small corridors for instance. Also, you have a large array of weapons that you can choose from, along from many side mates that are going to follow you, and they all have their special abilities. You also have levels and experience. You also have shops at the end of levels. Well, in fact, on the world map, because there's some kind of world map on which you can go, from which you can select which map you're going to go into. And in fact, you can redo the same map over and over. Special events on the map will only happen once, like discussions with a bad guy or a boss, but afterwards you can still go back in the mission and fight regular bad guys. There's some form of grinding, but I really enjoyed it because the music is good, the sounds are awesome, it feels good when you fire your weapons. There are so many weapons you can choose from. I mean, just looking at what the game looks like, you can imagine. I'm not showing really much here, except the Vulcan cannon, which I used nearly the entire game. But I still did level up some of the other ones, like the lasers. There are also all sorts of secondary weapons that you can have. The one I used the most was the very strong punch. But you can also have homing missiles, spread shots, or like triple shots, even some bombs, some homing electrical fields, some small robots, mines, grenades, and lasers. Also, during any mission, you can always summon the minimap to see where you are and which enemies or which goodies are left on this map. You can also always see your health, the number of regular enemies left on the map, as well as other information at the top. So this is very useful, it's very well thought out, and it doesn't take too much screen space. The pros and cons. I would say that the pros are the graphics, the gameplay, the choice of weapons, the fact that you can level up, the music and the sounds, and also the fact that you can grind, that you can go back within the same map over and over just to level up, and it gets easier as you level up. So that's good because it starts to make you feel too powerful at some point, and then you just move on through the story, through a brand new area where it's more challenging. Some of the cons are the fact that the story was quite complicated, in fact. I did not follow much of it, but then again, that's maybe my failure not to really follow what maybe is a good story, I have no doubt. It's just that it felt a little bit too long maybe sometimes, or a bit too complex. Maybe because of the translation, in fact, because this was originally released in Japan and created by a Japanese studio. The studio's name is Omiya Soft, but the game was published by Squaresoft in 1996. I recommend everyone to check this game out. It's really amazing. If you can find a ROM and load it instead of an emulator, I guess that's the best, that's the easiest. That way you can also save your game at any point in the game, and it somehow makes it easier to finish the game. So yeah, this is really a fantastic game. Big thumbs up. As usual, thanks for watching and have a good one. Thanks, bye.